Hello and welcome to a short multimeter review video. In the future I'm going to make more test equipment review videos, because in these videos it is really good that you can see what test equipment, what kind of multimeter, oscilloscope or whatever you should buy, and which is good, which is bad, and which functionality you need, and so. So I start with my, I have to say, best multimeter, which is Fluke 85 True RMS multimeter. It's a really good, really reliable multimeter. And at first let's take a look to it, the first look of it. It is really stable build, it is heavy, it's about a half kilo or so. And it is also really rugged and stable. It has a good big holster. This multimeter here is the Fluke 85 is still available, but this is the Fluke 85-3, so I've got this on eBay. Not on eBay you can get these things not too expensive, but if new it is really expensive. The new version is the Fluke 85-5, I think. So this is not the newest version. Now let's take a look to the tuning pail. So it is quite good, it is stable. It's the angel is right angled, you can see here, so it is okay. Let's take a look of the important thing on a multimeter, of the functionality that this thing has. At first we have here AC volt range, which goes down. I have also a backlight here. The AC volt range goes down to 0.1 millivolt. You can see, I am going to here, it goes down to 0.1 millivolts, you can see it here. Then we have a DC volt range, which is going down to 1 millivolt, and a separate millivolt range. I think this has a higher impedance, so this is why it is separate. Here I have ohms range, it goes up to 40 mega ohms, which is quite useful. And it has not just ohms, you can also measure not resistance, you can measure conductance also, which is measured in Siemens. So if I press this twice, we have here nanosiemens. You can measure really high resistance in this mode, really high resistance. Nanosiemens is a really small unit for really high resistance. It has also in this range a community buzzer, which is enabled here. Now I am in community buzzer mode. It has also a capacity range. Here I am now in nanofarad mode. And a really important thing, or a really good thing on this meter, is that it has a relative mode. For example, if I am in capacitance range or in resistance range, and it goes not absolutely down to zero, I can press the rel button, yes, and here I have this relative symbol. So it is now railed out, so now I am on absolutely zero. This is quite useful. Then here we have the diode tester. It seems that it goes up to 4 volts. It has a milliamp range, AC and DC, or DC is normal, but AC you can see here, so you can measure AC milliamps, and it has also a microamps range, which goes down to 0.1 microamps AC and DC. You can switch here between AC and DC. You also can measure the frequency, the hertz, in any range. For example, in milliamps I press hertz, and now it is a frequency counter. But if you want to have a frequency counter, then buy a frequency counter. It is a good frequency counter built-in, but a normal table type frequency counter is better. So let's check out. At first I want to show you focus here, okay. First I want to show you this bar graph. The bar graph is really quite useful, because it is acting like an analog multimeter, which the needle, because if you are connecting a signal which is changing really often, then it is better. You have this bar graph which is showing you how it is changing with the jumping numbers, the numbers jumping around. It is not really easy to get a good reading. So let's check out this BackRub function at first. Here, by the way, these are the leads for this meter, are also really quality leads. I really like them and also safe. So let's connect this. And now I'm connecting it to a slow square wave for my function generator. And as you can see, the numbers on the meter are jumping around, but the BackRub, you can really good take a reading and you can really good see how it is changing the value. So I really like this feature. If you want to have a plus minus BackRub, which is also possible on this multimeter, let's bring it back again. If you want to have a plus minus BackRub, then switch it off, press the rail button and switch it on, wait for about 1 second, and then go to volts and then press relative. Now it is not railing your signal out, it is just putting the BackRub into the middle. And if I am now connecting a signal, which is a bit lower for example now, then you can see really good that it is moving here in both directions. So this is really useful if you have it like this. By the way, with this I can show you also another really good feature on this meter, which is the MinMax mode. In the MinMax mode you can capture the minimum and maximum and the average of your signal. For example, if you want to go into this MinMax mode, simply press the MinMax button and now it is recording. It shows you here. And if I want to see the maximum value, I am not need to be in this middle mode. It is absolutely not important in which mode you are. And if I go to max, I can see the maximum value which it has recorded, and the minimum value, and the average value. So this is really useful for glitch capturing and such things. Now if I press it 1 second, I can go out of this mode. So let's disconnect the signal and switch it on in the normal mode back. It has also a functionality of manual ranging. You can see here, now I'm 440, 400, 4000. It goes not up to 4000 volts, it goes up to 1000 volts I think, but it has this range. Here I have the manual range capability, and it has this really important feature, touch hold. What touch hold is, it's Fluke touch hold, is a really good feature which I really like. It is not a normal kind of hold. A normal kind of hold is you connect your thing what you want to probe and then it holds it. And then you press hold and then it holds it. By touch hold you press the hold button before you want to probe your thing, and then you don't need to look at your meter because you cannot look at your meter at the moment. You just take the thing that you want to probe, then you have to hold it and wait for the beep. For example, I can see here, and then just take the meter and you have your reading, hold it. So I show it you here again, and completely auto ranges and captures the value. And let's go out of it. By the way, let's look to the auto range speed. If I go into the resistance mode and I short out the probes really quick, you can see this really quick auto ranging. And here also in resistance, now if I want to take absolutely zero resistance, then I press also the rail button, and this is also in relative mode, and so I can also go absolutely down to 0. Now press the rel button again to go out of it. Okay, now let's check the diode check. Next, it is measuring the diode drop voltage, so if I connect it, it should go down to 0, as so. And it seems that it can measure a voltage of about 4 volts. So if I take a LED, let's see if it can drive an LED. Yes, it lights up the LED. I'm not sure if you can, yes, now you can see it, it lights up the LED and it is showing you the value. And I think touch hold is also working in this. Yes, really good. And now you can see 1.8 volts. Then I am not going to check the microamps and milliamps range now, but they are also really accurate. But I am now checking the community buzzer, which is really important. Now I go into the community buzzer mode, and for the community buzzer it is really important that it captures every touch of the probe. So this is a latched community buzzer, you can see it because there's no scratching noise if I make this. So no such as scratching like other multimeters which are non-latched community buzzer. Really stable. And now let's see if it can capture everything. Yes, absolutely. So it is losing absolutely nothing. So this is a really good community buzzer. So I really like that community buzzer. And now let's check the accuracy of the volts. For reference I have my other Fluke 73 multimeter here. But this is a bit more accurate than this. But if both are reading the same, then both meters are accurate. If I'm connecting a source, you can see that they are both spot on. That's it for my review of the Fluke 83 multimeter. It's a really useful, good multimeter. If you not want to spend so much money, then you can also buy a cheaper multimeter. But if you want a really good multimeter, a really useful multimeter, then buy this multimeter. It is really good, and for this you get really good stuff for your money. So that's it for my review video. I can say thanks for watching.